Senator Heidi Heitkamp is apologizing today after her campaign identified some women as abuse survivors in an ad without getting their consent. Heitkamp's campaign says other women whose names appeared in the ad were not survivors.
The only thing I can do is say, I am so sorry. I'm not going to ask for forgiveness, but I want to know what we can do to fix this. I think that this is horrible, and I look at this the way I would if I were someone whose name was in the paper who didn't authorize it. And I think that that is a colossal and huge mistake.
A colossal and huge mistake for a Trump state Democrat already in late campaign trouble. The latest public poll, taken a bit earlier this month, had Heitkamp trailing Republican Kevin Cramer by 12 points among likely voters. An unforced error on an incredibly sensitive issue that has angered some of the survivors who said they didn't give consent, other women who said, I'm not. She says, I don't know, how can you fix this? But both to the substance of this offense and to the politics.
Well, she can't, and she can't have these sort of slip-ups right now, 3 weeks away from election, being so far down in the polls in North Dakota. Listen, she was already in a tough position because she voted against Brett Kavanaugh, and a lot of her constituents wanted her to vote for Brett Kavanaugh. She found a way to sort of get back at Cramer, her Republican challenger, by grabbing onto some comments he made to the New York Times where he said the Me Too movement was a movement about victimization. And those comments were very controversial. She seized on them, and that's why she put out this letter sort of criticizing him and showing that 100 women were criticizing him. But turns out, check with those people and make sure those names are real. Her team should have done that. Silly mistake, and she's going to pay for it at a bad time right now.
This letter from 3 of the women, Heidi Heitkamp's political agenda has interfered with or downright ruined our lives. Survivors of assault who had taken care to avoid the subject were suddenly bombarded by questions asking them to explain to their loved ones why their name appeared on this list. Women who have never been assaulted spent the day reassuring loved ones of their safety. Again, the substance of this is horrible and painful, and we are 3 weeks from an election. The Bismarck Tribune, Heitkamp issues an apology. That's not the headline you want in the newspaper as you're trying to make up ground.
No, I mean, it's a grave unforced error, and she says that. And I'm not sure what she can. There's nothing she can really do to put it back in the box.
Right.
She may have been on a path to losing this seat anyway, but with so little time now between now and election day, it's not clear what she
Thanks for joining us in Inside Politics. We'll keep an eye on that race.